So today let us try to understand what is secrets. So yesterday we have seen what is config map. So we have understood what is config map, how to inject the data into your application with the help of environment variables and volumes, right? So today let us try to understand secrets. Secrets also can be created through CLI or else through YAML files that we already know, right? So when you're creating from CLI, you have to, we can observe that there are three types of secrets that we can create. So let me show you. kubectl create secret hyphen help. So now we can see there are three types of secrets which you can create. One is Docker registry, one is generic, and one is TLS. Okay. If you are trying to store some sensitive information, okay, what is the intention of using secrets is nothing but if you have some sensitive information that should be injected into your application, then we have to go for secrets. Okay. So what is that sensitive information? A sensitive information can be like which should not be exposed like as a plain text format. That can be a username password, that can be a password, just a password, or it can be a token, it can be a certificates, it can be a any other thing. Okay. So this particular secrets helps you to store some sensitive information as we discussed, right? So in order to store some certificates, which is critical for us, like the key and the certificate which we generate, right, for a client or for a server, whatever it is, if you want to store them in an encrypted format, okay, and store it in the etcd, okay, so this will be helpful for us to store the information. That is nothing but a secret. So Docker registry in the sense anything related to credentials related to your registry, not only Docker, any container registry. Okay, if you want to store those username password related information, this is the option which we have to use. Okay, and generic in the sense anything like username password or a token or anything else can be stored in the generic using a generic option. TLS is nothing but simple. When you generate some certificates, right? TLS certificates like cert and key or CSR something that can be stored with the help of TLS. Okay. So for everything they have given a specific option for us in order to simplify our job. Okay. Generic in the sense anything else apart from container registry and certificates. Rest of the thing should be stored in the generic format. Container registry, you have this container registry in the sense any container registry where you can store your images and all. Okay. TLS is something where you can store your certificates. Okay. So this is how it is. So let us see the example one by one and let us see how to store your details over there. So if you try to see this docker hyphen registry, okay, there are plenty of options. Okay, you can see some examples as well. Okay, so whenever you give some help, right, they will give you how to use it. Means what are the options you can pass. They will give you a few examples. If you have if your requirement is in this, you can just utilize that particular command, or else you can modify according to your requirement, right? So that's how we do. So they are trying to tell you that generally if I want to push, let's say let us talk about docker registry. So when I need to use this particular option, let's say you have generated some particular image, means you have built some image and you pushed into your private repository. It can be anything. It can be docker registry, docker hub, or it can be your private repository, or it can be JFrog repository or any other repository, Azure container registry, or okay, and then elastic container registry or anything. Okay, any registry it is. We have stored the image and it is a private image. You cannot download it without username password. Generally in docker what we have to do, we have to use a docker login. I have to specify the URL. If it is non docker host registry, then I need to specify the URL as well. If it docker hub itself, no need to specify. Just if you specify docker login, automatically it will contact to your docker registry. Okay, then username password I need to give. Once this is successful, it will once this particular login details are what have given are proper, then it will tell you like it is successful, right? For example like this, let's say, am I using Docker now? No. Okay. So when I use a Docker CLI, that's how it is. We already seen it, right? Username, password. Once it is successful, you can say in your home directory, it will generate a config file. Okay, in that it will store your tokens. But here in Kubernetes, what it will do, it is nothing but you have to use this particular command. You have to specify what is your Docker server, means that URL, Docker username, Docker password, and the Docker email. So once you have generated, automatically it will store in the form of secret. Okay, so let us see one example how to create. Okay, my Docker Hub registry is this. Okay, for example, Docker Hub. Okay, so let me go there, sign in. I'm trying to sign in. I'm trying to show it manually. Okay, so let me verify my username and password. Okay, if these are correct or not. So it is successful. So my username password is correct. I have verified in my GUI. Okay, in this, which is your private image? Let's say, for example, I have only one private image. Yeah, this one, Ubuntu, right? So this is my private image. So if I want to download this particular image, it will reject me. Why? Because I cannot execute this. Okay, so that's one thing we have to remember. If I try to execute the command, it will ask for username password. So I'm not giving anything, right? So what I need to do now, how I can, so if I specify this particular image in my YAML file of a pod or any workload, it will fail obviously. So let me try to show one simple example. So mkdir secrets. Okay, so in that secrets, let me try to what to say, pod hyphen image. Okay, dot YAML API version v1. Simple example. Okay, kind pod metadata. Okay, name I need to write. Name of the pod is test hyphen image. Okay, and then spec I need to write containers, and then I need to write the name of this particular section. Let's say it is Nginx. For example, it's Ubuntu. Ubuntu, yeah. And then image. Where is the image? It is my repository slash Ubuntu. Okay. Then command. What I want to give is slash bin slash sh hyphen c sleep. Okay, let's say 1000. Okay, so this is what it is. Now let's execute this. So kubectl create hyphen f secrets, and this one I have created it. Let's verify the status. You can see error image pulled error. What does it mean? Let's try to see. kubectl describe pod and the test hyphen image, right? If you see here, it is failed here itself. Okay, so it is not able to pull unpack image, and this failed to resolve this one, and Ubuntu colon latest pull access denied. Repository does not exist or may require authorization. Okay, so if you look at this, maybe I gave, instead of latest I have 20.04, even I have latest as well. So it is not problem with the tag what I have specified. Tag is correct, but the last statement, if you see, repository may not be exist what you're looking for or may require authorization. So as per my expectation, it is not having insufficient credentials, so that's the reason it got rejected. Okay, so that's the reason. Just a second. Yeah, so now, so that's the reason this particular task has been got failed. Now when you are trying to pull the images from the private repository, how my YAML file or my manifest file will able to inject some data. Means I need to give my credentials. Okay, I cannot go and do Docker login on all the machines every time, right? Unnecessarily. Manually, I cannot go and do Docker login and then I cannot launch my applications. That is not the feasible solution in the CI/CD operations. So it has to be done in the process of creation itself. So how I can do that? How I can pass my credentials so that Kubernetes can use that particular credentials, log in and just pull the image, private images. So for that case only we are using the secrets, Docker registry secrets. So let's see how this particular problem will be solved. Okay. So let me try to delete this first pod once again, secrets and this. Okay. Now let us see. There is a section called image pull policy. Means it's always image pull policy is there, and then we have image pull secret. Okay, so let me talk about that actually. Just a second, guys. It got stuck actually. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So now how my pod YAML file or any workload like deployment, daemon set, stateful set, okay, replica set, replication controller, I can provide my information of my credentials so that when the image is getting pulled, automatically it should use that credentials, give that validated. Once it is validation is done, then try to pull the image from the private repository. How is this possible? Then first of all I need to store my credentials, right? My login credentials which I do from docker login command, right? That I have to store it in the form of secrets. So for that what I need to do now, kubectl create secret, okay, and then docker hyphen registry, which I told you, right? Registry hyphen hyphen help, which we have discussed. So here you can see docker server is one of the option which we need to pass, but if you are not passing this, by default it will go to this particular URL, which is nothing but your docker hub registry. Since my private image is present in this repository, no need to worry from my end, no need to pass this particular option in my case. If you want to pass also, you can just pass like this. Okay, it's like this. Okay, and then now what is the next option? Docker hyphen user name, right? Username. So what is my username? It is this, which I used when I am logging through dashboard, right? I have shown you. Okay, password you cannot see it. Let me hide it as well. Docker hyphen, okay, password. I will hide this particular option. I will execute. Okay, then I will show you. Okay, and then what is the next option which you can pass? Email address is not mandatory, it's up to you. Okay, but email address is not mandate, it is just an optional. Okay, so let me try to what do you say, stop the video, pause the video for this. I will type my password and then I will do it. Okay, so let me pause it. Now you can see I have successfully executed the command actually, but let me show you. kubectl get secrets. You can see my secret was created with the name called my-docker hub. Okay, so now if you see kubectl describe, okay, secret slash my-docker hub. You can see there. So this is how it is stored in the form of JSON, that credentials. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, now this one I have to specify in my YAML file so that whenever the pod is trying to create a container and it will try to pull the image on that particular node, so it will use this particular file in order to take the credentials, do the authentication, authorization. Once that is done, it will try to pull the image if I am allowed to do that. Okay, so let's see how this will be done. So what is a parameter that I need to add in my YAML file? There is one more parameter which I need to add, is nothing but my secret name is this. Okay, your secret name is docker my-docker hub. Okay, so kubectl sorry, let me open the YAML file which I have created just now. So here I need to add a parameter called, anywhere it's up to you, image pull. I can add in this way actually, not here actually. I can add in the whole. It's better I add here. Yeah, image pull secrets. Okay, and then under this with two spaces. Okay, I need to write the name of my secret. Okay, so that is nothing but my hyphen docker hub. Okay, done. So let's save this particular file and now come out. Let's try to create this. So kubectl get, let me show the pod if that exists or not. The old pod, it is not available, right? So let me create kubectl create hyphen f secret for image. It got created. Let's verify the status. You can see now the container, at least under creation process, there is no image pull error. Okay. Oh, error image pull. Seriously, let's see. Did I give any wrong password? Oh, I gave wrong password here. I know that I gave a wrong password. Yeah. So what I will do, I will just remove that secret. Okay, just a few seconds actually. Kubectl delete secret slash my hyphen docker hub. Okay, actually I have to re-execute the command, so I will stop the screen sharing once again. Yes, it's true. Actually, I gave a wrong password. So now it got created actually. Let me show that. Okay, so let's re-execute this. Not re-execute. kubectl get pod hyphen o void. Will see will it work or not? No, I guess. Okay, let me remove and create it. kubectl delete hyphen f secret and the pod. I'm trying to delete the pod and I will create it so that now it should apply the new changes. Or we can do a force, which you already know, replace hyphen f and force. That options you can add always.
Sudhir,
Yep.
so you have created the secret, right? So
Yes.
suppose a second person, is it possible for him to view the contents of the secret by
We
issuing the
can. It
command?
will be encrypted actually. It will be using base 64 encryption. I just want to show in the next example. It will use a base 64
Okay.
encryption. He can take that and he can uncrypt as well. Okay. He can see the token, but he cannot see the username password. Okay.
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 It is encrypted or encoded?
It is encrypted. Base 64
Okay.
encryption it is. Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you that practically. Okay, in this example, I just want to, it is my token, so that's the reason I just want to don't want to show it, what kind of encryption it is. But in this example, I just want to show that I can store my image credentials, means my registry credentials, with the help of Docker secrets, sorry, Kubernetes secrets, Docker registry option. Okay, with the help of that, I stored my secrets. After that, my credentials as a secret, and then I used them, and now you can see it is successfully able to pull the image, even the private image as well. Okay, so how it got helped? With the help of this particular option which I passed. Okay, image pull secrets. Okay, so this is important for us. So for pulling the image, it is using this particular secret in order to get the credentials. Okay, so that's how it got the credentials, and that's how the image has been pulled on that specific
പക്ഷേ
image.
രണ്ട് മുട്ട വേണ കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ.
Okay, so that is how it is. So now let's go to
Sudhir,
the
I
next
have a question
example.
here.
Yes, please.
If I have a multiple repository and within that file I am using multiple image with different repository, and can I store multiple secrets? Means can I pass
Of
multiple
course.
secrets here?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can pass. See, that's the reason here it is written as hyphen. Multiple
List.
entries which you
Okay.
can write. Okay, it's not a key value, just a key value pair. It is just a key value pair. You can see here it looks like this. Okay. They would have written ImagePull secret, and they could have written the name itself here. Okay, but here they have given the option for you to write multiple ImagePull secrets. It will use any one of them, and it will try to authenticate, and then it will pull the image. But we don't write multiple things here. It's a rare case. Okay, we know where the image is stored. From there only we will try to pull the image. Okay.
So if I have a multiple container, then I have to pass this option
Yeah,
with
of
the
course.
container
Yes,
section.
let's say
Okay.
if this container is using one repository and there is another container section which you have written in the same pod YAML file. For that, it is using a different credentials. Then you can pass that particular secret over here, which is stored. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So that's one thing we have to remember. Now, this is done. This is successfully done actually. So we have seen some example related to your secret with Docker registry. Okay. So now let us try to see how we can, this is what I have explained actually. The example what I have written here, this is what I've just explained. If you want to see it, you can say docker private image.txt file. Okay. So I have written here. Okay. Next, MySQL password actually. Yesterday what we have done, we have given the password here itself, but it is a plain text. Okay, in the first example, if you remember when we talked about maybe deployment or somewhere, we used to write the value of your MySQL root password here itself. If someone is opening this particular YAML file, they can see what is my MySQL root password. Okay, let's say if I pushed this particular YAML file into my version control system like GitHub or Bitbucket or any other repository, they can see my password. Everybody. Okay, so that is not the case, or that is not the appropriate way to expose your credentials, right? So there has to be some different way. So that's the reason we have to use an option called secrets in order to store the passwords as well. Now the secret which I'm trying to create is nothing but a generic. Okay, so either you can write a YAML file like this, or we can write from CLI itself. We can create a secret. Let me show you how to create from CLI. Before that, how my credentials are stored in my secrets, how it is getting encrypted actually. So let me show you some simple example. Let's say my password is test12345. Okay, if you try to encrypt this one in the base 64 encryption, let's see how it looks. Echo -n. Oh, sorry. Single quotes. Just have written this, and then by base 64 hyphen base 64. That's it. You can see now it is encoded. This is encoded one. Okay, base 64 encoded. Now this is encrypted. You don't know what is this at all. Okay. Now if I take this, if I want to decrypt it, okay, let's say base 64 hyphen d. D means decode. Either you can write -f and decode, or we can write -d as well. Now you can see it got decoded. Test 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this is how it is. So encoding, when it is trying to utilize it in the application, it will decode it. Okay, it will store
Sudhir,
the form of base 64
so
encryption, and it will decode it when it is trying to utilize it. Yeah.
that's sorry to interrupt you. That's why I asked you. This is not encryption. This is encoding decoding. The registry password is also stored in the same way, encoded way.
Yes, of course.
So even if anyone if anyone have access to the cluster, it can decode it like
Yes, that's
this.
what.
If it is
That's what. So the encryption was happened with the base 64 encoding. Okay. So that's what I told. When you have access to your server, everybody like what, let's say what I will do, I will execute a command called kubectl get secret, and there I can see my encoded what do you say data. What I can do, I can use echo in the double quotes, I can give that, and I can use base 64 hyphen d. Simple, I can get the password. So that's the reason your server has to be secured. This is just a one level of securely storing your data. It's not completely. Above this, we can use, if you want to store this particular data in any version control system and all, we have to use Vault, HashiCorp Vault, or any other tool to encrypt over them. Okay, maybe whatever the mechanism they use, maybe SHA-256 or SHA-512, whatever kind of encryption they do, on top of this they will encrypt once again. Okay, based on this base 64 encoding, they will try to do an encryption on top of it. Okay, so that's how it is. But this is only a solution where Kubernetes is providing you to encode and decode it within the cluster. So that's the reason access to the cluster to be given only when it is needed, not in all the cases. Okay, that's the reason we don't give access to all of them, right? Only to the administrators, not to the developers, right? And we don't store this data directly in the any repositories. Okay, we put it as empty. Whenever we want, we can inject it with different forms, and we can execute at the time of deployment actually. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, now what I can do, kubectl, okay, and I can execute. I will do it from CLI. Okay, so kubectl secret secret create secret, and let's say MySQL pass. Okay, and then db, let's say db data, db hyphen data. Okay, so now I want to use what I want to use. I can use from literal. I told you in the config map, right? So if I want to pass some key value pair, I can use from literal. Okay, so here I'm using generic, right? So here I can give secret, here I can tell like generic. Okay, now after this from literal, okay, equal to MySQL root password, okay, equal to, that is test 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, if you want to use another parameter, from literal equal to MySQL root host, okay, equal to this percentage symbol. Where is this? Okay, I can give in single quote actually. Okay, done. This is stored. So now if I do this kubectl describe, okay, secret, it is called as db hyphen data. You can say it is telling you that two entries have been stored. One is MySQL root host and one is MySQL root password. If you want to see this particularly, hyphen o.
Is this case sensitive?
Sorry? No, we can give
Is this
whatever
case
you want.
sensitive?
No, you can give whatever you want.
Okay.
It's not sensitive.
Okay.
I can give, instead of describe here, I need to give get, and then hyphen o. Yeah. Now we can see this. It is stored like this. You have this percentage symbol, and if you try to encrypt this, sorry, decrypt it, base 64 hyphen d. Okay, it looks like this. So whatever I've stored, it's perfect, right? Even I can expect the same thing for test 1 2 3 4 5 as well. Test 1 2 3 4 5. So this is how it is stored now. So now we are utilizing this into our application when it is getting deployed. Okay, so let me take that example. So here secrets, and secrets I will use MySQL pass .yam. Okay, so here I have this example, so I'll just copy paste it and I will replace few of them. Just copy.
Sudhir,
Yep.
Safiq is asking to unmute him.
Already did it actually.
Okay.
So now there are two things which you know. If you want to use MySQL root password, we have to write this environment variable. And if you want to use that MySQL root host, you have to write in capital letters MySQL underscore root underscore host, which you know that how to write an environment variable, then how to pass a value. Now we are not writing your value directly here, we are not hard coding it, we are getting it from secret, right? So that particular secret is nothing but the name of the secret is db-data. Okay, and there I have stored my password in the form of mysql underscore root underscore password. That is a key, and the value will be replaced here. Okay, and the next one is mysql root host. I don't want to hard code this as well, I just want to pick it from 1 2 3 4, right? 4yy. Yes. Okay, I want to do from here. Okay, so now here value from secret data reference, this is also fine. Here I need to give host. Okay, so this is how the value will get replaced. Okay, so perfect. So whatever I'm looking for, everything got I have written like this, and nothing is hard coded. Okay, it is getting from secret. Until unless you know what is a secret and how to verify, then only you will come to know my password. Okay, so that's how it is. Now let me save this particular file. I can see once again this one, MySQL root password, MySQL root host. Perfect. So let me create this MySQL. So create -f secret MySQL as well. So let's verify the status. So kubectl get all -o void. Why? Because we are trying to create with the help of deployment. You can see MySQL is running now without any issue, but let's verify what are the password I have given, whether it is decrypted and it is taken or not. Okay, so mysql -h is a IP address of my pod. Okay, -u root -p. What is the password I gave? Actually test12345. So test12345. Perfect, it worked. Okay, so when I gave like pull the data from the secret, it has uncrypted it, decrypted it, and it has took the password. Okay, simple. So that's the reason now you are able to use that particular password how we have stored as an encoded one in the secrets. Okay, so this is how it is. In this way, we can use environment variables and we can call the secrets over there. If you want to use through volumes, the example is written here as well. I think it is not that feasible for us to discuss about the same example. See, if you have stored your information in the form of secrets as a file and that you want to place it in some particular location, then we have to use volumes. Instead of config map, now it is secret. Instead of config map name, now it is secret name. That's it. So those data will get stored under in the form of files here. Okay, simple example. Okay, so let me try to take this and show you. Okay, so here I can give secret or volume. Okay, not okay. So let's try to create this. kubectl create -f secret and then volume. Secret got created. kubectl get secrets. It got created. You can see there. Test secret. This is the one which is created. Okay. So this is how username password is stored. User key name is user and that value is stored, and another one is password. Okay, if you want to see the details, kubectl get secret / test -secret -o YAML. You can see username and password has been stored. Okay, now I want to it was utilized in the form of volumes. Now what will happen? It will create a file under this particular path. What is the path here? /etc secret -volume. Under that it will create one file name called, what are the key it is, it will create with that name. A file will be created, username, that file will be created. In that file you will have this particular data with a decrypted format. Okay, and there will be one more file which will be created which is called as password, and in that file you will have this particular data in a decrypted format. Okay, so let us verify. So kubectl get all -o void. So where is that which we have created now? Secret test pod. Okay, So let me try to log into this and let me show you. So kubectl exec-ti the pod and --ls-l/etc. I'm not really logging into the bash actually. I'm just trying to see it. I'm trying to execute the command from the CLI itself. You can see there username and the password file has been created. Okay, if you want to see the data of it, I can give cat instead of ls-l. You can see there my-app. Okay, and the password. Okay, you can see the password over here. Okay, so this is how it is. So if you want to store it in the form of volume and utilize the application will use from this particular location, then you have to pass it as a volume. Now if it is through environment variables like MySQL what we have did, then we have to use environment variables. Okay, it's up to you actually. What mechanism you want to use, it depends upon your application and the requirement. Okay, so based on that only we have to use any one of the option. Okay, so that's how it is. So now I'm trying to clean up, and today that's all about your config maps and secrets. So we have completed our config maps and secrets, and then next topic is nothing but jobs and cron jobs. Okay,